Jeff. I am here with an essay for you. Task 2. Task 2, writing. So what I'm going to do is show you how I assess a student essay, and I'm going to show you, based on the band descriptors, how I would mark this essay, and then at the end I'm going to show you how I would rewrite some of this essay. Okay, so let's get into it first of all and take a look at the question. Now, some people feel that the legal age at which people can marry should be at least 21. So this is an agree or disagree essay. Really, really simple statement, which is good. Some people, we don't mind, feel that the legal age and marry and 21. Okay, those are our keywords. So we start off with nowadays. Now, I'm going to do a review on this so you can see. I'm going to track the reviews. For me, I really don't like this word. So why don't I like this word? Because has been means nowadays, up to now. I would actually use their is. Okay, this is in terms of grammar. There is an ongoing argument that people should get legally married when they're over 21 years old. Now, for the introduction, I know a lot of teachers would tell you that you need to paraphrase the question. You do not. It's not on here. There's nothing on here that says you need to paraphrase the question. As a matter of fact, it's a really kind of a silly way to write an introduction. The introduction has to introduce the reader to your essay. Okay? Now, from an examiner's point of view, if all you did was paraphrase this, or from a teacher's point of view, if all you did was paraphrase this, yes, you're showing you can paraphrase, but no, you're not showing that you know how to write a good introduction. So this doesn't say anything. This just says there's an argument. But so what? That doesn't give us any information. Because the thing is, really, the examiner knows the question, and you know the question. Why do you need to repeat it? It doesn't make any sense. So personally, I don't teach anyone to paraphrase the question. All of my students get a 7. All of them. And I don't use this method. I think it's confusing. I think that it takes too much time away from just normal thinking and normal arguments. And I think a good topic sentence, which I'll do at the end, a good topic sentence can tell you more about what's going to happen in the essay, and it can link to the thesis, and I'll show you how later. So I take the view that this idea is relatively compelling, except several cases. It's just, what is except several cases? What is that? The idea is relatively compelling. Okay, so it means you like the idea. Now, again, in my course and with my students I teach, this essay will argue that. And then you need a subject, a verb, and an object that explains the argument. Okay? So you can do this on any of your argumentative essays. Just copy this. Academically, I isn't really used. So the subject, verb, object. So this essay will argue that. Let's copy and paste that for our thesis. This essay will argue that. Should or should not, right? This is going to be either should be 21 or should not be 21. Okay, let's say, and I'm going to say it should be 21 because people under 21 are still in development. That's the basic idea. Okay, so that the legal age of marriage should be over 21. And it's very similar to what's written here. I could spend a bit more time paraphrasing it, but really it's not a big deal. It's a clear thesis is the main point. Because if we go back to, let's take a look at the band descriptors for a minute. So we've got task achievement, coherence, and cohesion. And we'll just look at the 9. What does a 9 mean? Fully addresses all parts of the task. Okay, this is the task. And I've fully addressed it. Simple as that. Fully addressed. Now, of course, in the essay, I need to explain this well and clearly, etc. But for the thesis, that is fully addressed. This is not relevant to the thesis. That's the rest of the essay. Cohesion, not relevant to the thesis. Skillfully manages paragraphing, not relevant to the thesis. So all we want to do in the thesis is fully address all parts of the task. Lexical resource. Now, yeah, I could probably think of another word. Let's say matrimony. There we go. So we got a good word in there for our lexical. Now, we don't need a whole thesis full of new words. We have a whole essay that we can show our vocabulary range. Wide range, right? This is a good start. Now, notice if we go back to the topic sentence that there is no really good vocabulary here. So when we go back at the end and do our topic sentence, we're going to put some more vocabulary in there. So that's going to mean we've got one word here and maybe 1 or 2 words here. That'll be 3 words in the first 35 words that are heading toward a wide range. And look, we have all the rest of this time to write more good words to show a wide range. So don't panic in the thesis about, or in this sentence, don't panic about using lots and lots and lots of good words or writing a really long introduction. It can be nice and short and clear, and with a bit of vocabulary in there to get us started on this, and make sure, number 1, make sure you answer the question. This is the key point. Okay. This, you see the problem with this? When you say except some several cases, now the thesis gets confusing. Because if you just stopped here, you said, the student said, I take the view that this idea is relatively compelling. So basically, this is good vocabulary in saying that it's a good idea. But exception. This essay is not really asking you to give exceptional cases. This essay is only asking you to agree or disagree. So this is or. I know students get confused about this, and I still see some people online say, do a paragraph of agree and a paragraph disagree. That's completely wrong. It's or. Choose one and make it very, very, very clear that which one you're doing. And I just use the word should. Should be over 21, no problem. Why? Because I want a full mark for my task achievement. If the examiner reads this, he's going to go, hey, why are you talking about this? Now I don't see a fully addressed task. Now I see you're jumping from one side to the other, which you don't want to do. There's no necessity for it. The band descriptors don't ask you to do that. And the other thing, we have a wide range of structures. Okay, so a wide range of structures is this idea of paraphrasing in the introduction. And really the idea of paraphrasing in the introduction was created because students were not writing enough words. And all kinds of teachers have just picked up the idea and said, oh, that's what you have to do. No, if Cambridge wanted you to do paraphrasing directly in the introduction, it was a very important part of the essay, they would say so. Okay, so wide range of structures. Yes, paraphrasing is one of the structures that's possible. You can do it, but don't complicate your thesis with it. You can do it later. See, later you will be talking about this idea more. You can spend time later thinking about how you're going to paraphrase it. And you're going to say parts. You may be parts of it, not the whole thing, right? So don't confuse yourself in the introduction. And also for the wide range of structures, remember, wide range of structures can be simple, compound, complex. And passive, we can use paraphrasing. So if in the introduction, which we're going to see later, I'm going to do the topic sentence for you, we're going to use either a compound or a complex sentence there. That is easier to write, will have better vocabulary, will make more sense, and it is one of the wide range of structures. And there will be no slips, there will be no errors. And I'm going to show you how to make sure there's no slips or no errors. The key point is you got to get this. If you get this wrong, this will pull your entire essay down. It doesn't matter how much good vocabulary you use and how many wide range of structures. If you didn't understand the question and you didn't answer the question, you jump to the other side, that is going to pull the entire essay down. It means you didn't understand the question and you're not capable of understanding what the task is asking you. So really, from a university's point of view, because the university is using this test to say, can you go to university? And can we give you a question in university? And are we sure you're going to answer it? And if you can't on this little 250-word essay, then they're not going to let you go to university and do it. Right? That's why the banding is there. So nice and simple, nice and clear, get this mark. Make sure you do all parts of the task. Now in this one, it's really easy. Look, there's just one thing you have to do. Do you agree with this or not? Some questions are a little more complicated, but we'll do those in other videos. Okay, so there's our thesis. Hopefully that all makes sense to you. Now, to make this thesis better, what I would normally do and what I show my students is to say because, and then give 1 and 2 reasons. Why? Because that is going to be the structure of your essay. It's going to be paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Reason 1, reason 2. Reason 1, reason 2. So, because people under this age are still growing and they do not know enough about what they want in life. Okay, that makes it a little bit long, but that's okay. We're using our words here, these extra words, to get more marks. Now, a lot of, like, if you go and look at your essay and you've got a whole big topic sentence, 1, 2, 3 sentences, and then your thesis, there's no organization going on in there. Okay, I'll show you in other videos students with very long introductions, but there's no organization. This, look, reason 1, reason 2, reason 1, reason 2 is this. And remember, the band descriptors are what the examiner has to mark you on. Right in the beginning of the essay, I'm telling the examiner, this is my organization of my essay. The examiner will know that this is going to be your paragraph 1, and this is going to be your paragraph 2, just by the way you wrote it out there. Okay? So, for a 9, uses coherence and cohesion in a way that it attracts no attention. That means the examiner doesn't have any question marks. The examiner doesn't read this and go, what? What are you doing? Right? No question about this. The examiner reads it and goes, okay, I understand. That's all. That's all you want out of this. Examiner thinks, okay, I understand. Okay? Simple as that. It's easy, smooth, no problem. The examiner's got all of these things they're thinking of, and they go, yeah, no problem, I get you. You do this, the examiner goes, I don't get it. What is your structure of your essay? So that is attracting attention, which you don't want. Okay, then that brings you back here. Presents information, but ideas are not arranged coherently, not organized well, no clear progression. Look, in the thesis, it's organized. Super clear, right? We know exactly the whole essay, what we're going to do. The summary is just repeating 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are just these 2 reasons. Why we think, why we agree. That's it. That's the whole essay, and that is a 9 for parts of the task and cohesion. Skillfully manages paragraphing. Okay, we're looking at not only paragraph 1 and 2, but we're looking at what happens inside the paragraph. which we will get to, okay? So, you're using your thesis to get this one, one of the words here, and here you're using the word because, which makes this sentence, anybody know, makes it a complex sentence. That is one of the range of structures they want to see. So look, we've hit 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bands in a 9 by making a simple, clear sentence like this. It's not a simple sentence technically, it's not subject, verb, object, it's a complex sentence, but it's a very, very clear idea. Easy to read, easy to understand. The organization of the essay is in there. Your point of view is clear, and you answered the question. Simple as that. And that's true for all of the essays you do. Okay? Now, when you get to this point, you notice I've spent a lot of time on it, but remember, right? I've spent all that time on it because I've done all of these things they've asked me to do. That's why I'm getting a 9 on it. You're not getting a 9 on it because there's no organization. You haven't answered the question. Not clear why you're saying this. Not clear why you think this. The structure is okay, but it's not a compound or complex sentence. You see the difference? So, loads and loads of marks are right here in your introduction. And all you have to do in the rest of the essay is explain reason 1 and explain reason 2. Right? That's it. Make it easy for the examiner to understand what it is you're saying. Okay, so as we said, we'll go back and do the topic sentence later. Let's see what the student has written for the paragraph. There are a plethora of merits. Plethora is a good word. Put a little bold, very good. Of merits relating to society from this idea. You're referencing back to the thesis. I think I would take this opportunity to say it again in your own words. Equals, paraphrasing. There you go. There's your paraphrasing. Do it there. Don't say this idea, and then you've just repeated the thing here, and then say this idea, right? So say it again in your own words, i.e. paraphrasing. In terms of divorce rates, there has been a okay, where did we get to divorce rates? All right, and we have a plethora of merits. My question is, as I'm reading this, is, well, what are they? You didn't tell me in the thesis, and you're not telling me in paragraph 1. We need to know what they are. Also, we don't want merits. Huh? How did that end up there? We don't want merits in this sentence. This is a topic sentence. Okay? So we need a topic sentence, not a list of merits. The merits will come later after you explain. Okay, relating to society from this idea. Oh, now all of society is benefiting from this. Wow. Okay, I would just focus on the individual people, but in terms of divorce rates, there have been a significant increase in young family, which in turn causes negativity on the lives of relatives and offspring. Okay, so you're saying they're too young to get married, and it causes negative. Okay, but what things? Maybe they're going to be in the next paragraph or the next sentence. In reality, the children living with single parents are extremely susceptible to what? And they are prone to have some behavioral problems. What problems? Okay, we have poor performance in school and apathy. Single parents. Wow, we already got to single parents, and how did they divorce? Why? You haven't explained why they divorce when they get married under 21. I don't understand why. Seeing the increase in the young families who divorce. Is that what you're trying to say? But why? Why do they divorce? What does that have to do with the age? What about being young causes this? Right? That's answering the question. Are prone to have some behavioral problems. Restricting age marries, therefore could alleviate this issue because young people have more time to date and decide thoroughly. Decide what? Decide what? Learn about themselves. For example, what they like, dislike, their values, right? Their values to do with money and love and what else? Child rearing, if they have children, as you were saying. Okay, so we need some details about what's going on. Furthermore, there are distinctive disadvantages of getting married early, such as the financial shortage. Indeed, their lives are still dependent on their extended family, thus it is impossible to manage their little family. As a consequence, they would be considered as a burden for society if they do not strive their best. Wow. Okay, the paragraph structure has to be topic sentence, main idea, explain, details, summary. Okay? So the main idea here is, in my essay I'm writing here, they're still growing. Okay, so the main idea is people under 21 are still growing. Okay, I should say it in another way, but just to show you the structure. People are still growing, period. Okay, they are learning about what they like and dislike. In addition, they are learning. See, this is all explaining growing, right? And I shouldn't use learning again. They are finding out, discovering, let's say, discovering what values they have in life. Okay, so this is the explain part. Right? The details, for example, a young person may learn, may encounter difficult situations with friends. They may have arguments over money or loyalty, for example. Okay. The young person may find out that they value time over money. Further, so further means I'm explaining more. The same thing, more of the same thing in detail. So what was I going to say? And where's the value? Further, this change may take place over a number of years. Okay, and then we want to give the summary. So as a result, it is important for young people to avoid life-changing events such as, that's not the best really, but you kind of get the point, such as marriage before they are 21, as is a subordinator, as they are still learning or growing or developing, let's say developing their core values. Okay, so we've got the main idea, we've got in addition, so we've just basically thought through and explained what they're learning. And then we said here they shouldn't get married because they're still learning. And in here it's just all the things they're learning. So here we said learning, here we explained the things they're learning, and here we said they shouldn't get married because they're still learning. And we've come up with the idea of core values. This is a short way to say all the things they're learning. Okay, so just to go back to the structure there, we have main idea, topic sentence, main idea. Let's put it in here. Okay, we have the topic sentence in the beginning. All right. So, youth is a time of discovery and growth. Simple as that. We could make it a complex sentence or compound sentence, but we don't really need to. There we have the main idea. People are still growing. So you said growing twice, so it's not great, but youth is a time of discovery and growth. Just say youth is a time of discovery. Or you can say youth is a time when young people discover their core values. Right? However you say it, but the point is it's just introducing that paragraph, that idea of the paragraph, right? Now, the other thing you have to be careful of is here I'm thinking of structure, but you've also got to kind of put in a little bit more vocabulary in there, I would say. Grammar structures are good. Structure, coherence, and cohesion is good. Fully developed position. So our position is going back. We agree. And here is explaining one reason why we agree. And that's the reason in here. Reason 1, right? And there's reason 2. And reason 2 is going to be obviously in this paragraph. And it's going to follow this structure. Okay, and then to sum up, we're going to have reason 1 and reason 2. Just explain them again. Now do it in other words to boost your range mark. Okay, so we want to show that we have that wide range of vocabulary that it asks for here, okay? Good, so each paragraph is fully developed. In answer to the question, yes, we answer the question. It's relevant, fully extended, and well-supported ideas. So relevant means it matches the question, which we did. Fully extended, we gave lots of details, and well-supported ideas. So we supported the idea with logic about when they're young. Now, if I was going to spend a little bit more time on this, I would probably explain a little bit more about some of these details in here. Like difficult situations with friends, arguments over money. I might split these two into 2 explanations, but basically we've done it anyway, so that's fine. I mean, it's well good enough for a 7 at least if you're doing that. Wide range of structures is fine. Wide range of vocabulary could be a little bit better. Cohesion and paragraphing. Okay, we've made a nice paragraph there. Okay, so that's what you're aiming for. Not sort of jumping around. Let's have a quick look at this one and see how it goes. So we want to know right away, we want to know what the main idea is. However, okay, so this is the disadvantages. It's totally off topic. Or it's not off topic, it's off focus. So you've jumped from agree to disagree, which is just totally wrong, okay? So I think it's pretty clear what we need to do in that paragraph now. Clear what we need to do here. This is an example of a decent paragraph. It's not perfect, it's decent. And as I said, we'll go back and do the topic sentence for this essay. Let's put the topic sentence. This is our argument. I would say the age of marriage, the legal age of marriage, was set in a time when early marriage was necessary. It's not necessary anymore, right? So look, this point, it was set at a time when early marriage was necessary. And we're going to argue that that age of 16, what it is now, is not necessary. We should put it up. This is an old idea. The legal age of marriage, which is 16, was set in a time when early marriage was necessary. We don't really need to explain why, but it was. showing that the legal age of 16, which is what it is now, is too low, and it should be at least 16 at 21. Yeah, it should be 21 because we're going to give those kids more time to grow first. So this topic sentence, if you want to get a good mark, sets up sets the tone. It's much, much more intelligent than just copying what's said here. See the difference? There is an ongoing argument that people should get married. It's nothing. It's just a nothing sentence. Okay? Hopefully that's helpful for you. Let me put my email down here for you. IELTSstudyplan@gmail.com. Now, you can, in the comments, post your introduction. Include your name, include your question, your essay question. Okay? Maybe you guys want to take this, maybe a nice task for you is to take this question and disagree with it, write the introduction, and then post it in the comments. Okay? So let's just pop this down here. Write the introduction for a disagree essay. Post in the comments. Okay, so also go to isp/english.com. There you can see the free intro course. We'll teach you how to do introductions for all the types of essays. And also there is a full course there as well. And that will teach you the whole essay. Now the full course is paid. It's I think it's $50 at the moment. I might change it, I'm not sure, we'll see. But what you'll get for the whole essay is one-to-one feedback on the whole essay. And you get a video course with all the band descriptor points for a 7. Okay, make it nice and clear. And I'll do as many essays as you need. Okay, all my students get a 7+ as they need because we're using the band descriptors. And again, I mean, I don't know why people ignore these, but this is what the examiners use. You see this? This is what the examiners use to mark you. So you need to understand these completely. That's in my course. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this was useful for you. Again, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been teaching people how to pass IELTS. This system works, and you will do very well on your exam. You will do well on your essays. By the time you finish the course, you will be able to write perfect, clear essays and get your mark very easily. Please don't go and do the exam and think, oh, I don't want to spend any money on learning, and I can just watch a few YouTube videos and ask random people to check. You know, random people on Facebook are not teachers and they're not IELTS examiners in general. They don't have the experience to give you the right direction. So if you have any questions, comments below. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Wish you all the luck on your exam. Prepare properly. Go and do the exam once. You don't want to go back and have to take the bus and go to the exam center and pay $150 and sit there for 6 or 7 hours and do all kinds of exams. Get ready, do it once, pass, and get on with your life. Good luck.